morning, everyone. We are Group 5, and we are here to introduce the funding development part of the Service Learning Project. My name is Jessica Alba.
Stephanie Tabbarra. Cristina Vogel.
Payne, Sarabia.
Perfect. So let's get started. The following points are our suggestions we have for the organization that my group mates will elaborate on in a bit. So let's get started. The Literacy Council's mission is to improve family, community, and professional lives through adult literacy education. And here are some of the suggestions we have that my professors again will elaborate in a bit. We'd like to help the Literacy Council's funding department by suggesting organizational ideas that can be implemented into their website and social media outlets, creating simple and clean designs that help donors and people who seek to help the organization find their way and in turn create another way to increase their funding, suggest grants and information to apply for those grants that help support the Literacy Council's mission, and keeping track of their calendar and current events list at all times to show that the organization is up to date and constantly working on their mission. Christina's going to lead us.
Okay, so before I address the top 3 events, during the months of February and March, we looked a lot on the website and on the Facebook page events because they use that as well as a source. And at first, we were a little disappointed that some events were outdated, but we were very happy to see at the end of March, a lot of stuff got updated with new dates, or it showed what funds got raised. And we're going to talk about some ways and events that help the funding for the organization. Some past events do include that we ran into. They did an fundraising event at Panera Bread, Barnes & Noble, and Burritos in the Sherman Lane area. But the major events they have right now listed on the website is Bike the Bend. And they had their 14th annual last year, which raised $38,000 to support the mission and improve adult literacy. The next one going to be coming up is the Grown Up Spelling Bee. They'll have their 5th annual on September 18th, and it'll be at the U of H Sugar Land campus, and all proceeds will benefit life-changing programs. And then the last one, which we just all remember, was the Reading Between the Lines, and they raised over $108,000. So a lot of these events is what brings funds to the organization. And then we'll talk about the upcoming events coming up, and step on the first one.
One of the first events is the Kinder Scott Gives Back event, which is held on April 22nd at the City Center. And what this is, Kinder Scott is a Texas jeweler, and she is donating a percentage of her sales back to the organization.
And then the next one, which is we already knew about before we got the flyer last week, is the Telfair Charity Walk event, and the council was selected to be a part of it. If I'm not mistaken, the charity event lets more than one organization be a part of it, and you can have your own mission, your own purpose to raise money. It's not just like an AIDS walk event or a breast cancer run event. So the unique thing about it is the council will be benefiting the volunteers of the organization, so that's what proceeds will go to when people do the charity event. Some events that we found on the organization website and not on Facebook, because we were trying to compare and see what was there. We ran into a book sale that they have. I think it happens all year round. It said Monday through Thursday. And then the upcoming one will be the Knoll Cellar Soiree. And the Knolls, if I'm mistaken, will be hosting 100 people at their home for wining and dining. And proceeds will benefit the program. So that's kind of like a private event, I guess, to get involved. And then we have some events ideas. Or Facebook, sorry, just to readdress. We were happy to see that the council was involved with social media. It's a great way to get people who are not familiar with the council to, hey, I see my friend, they're going to the charity walk, oh, let me get involved. So it's an awesome way to get new supporters involved and spread the word. But we also thought about, what about the people who don't have a Facebook account? How are they going to know about the Knoll Cellar event or maybe the book sale? So we have some solutions for that.
We believe that if the organization organized their website a little bit differently, it could help when people go to look at it. For example, when we researched it, we went under the events tab and we only found the 3 major ones that Cristina went over. And then we went to the calendars and found other ones. So we believe that if all of the fundraising events, the small or large ones, they should all be under the events site tab. And rather than kind of spread out on the calendar or that. Because, like Cristina said, the people who don't have Facebook, they wouldn't know about some, like the Kinder Scott event. So we believe that if it is organized better, that it would also, one, raise awareness of the organization and the events, how it would increase the attendance at the events, And then our ultimate goal is it would raise more funding for the organization. Here's Cristina to talk a little bit on how to improve the book
So
sales.
we had to create some event ideas, and I went with the book sale from what I know. We were thinking maybe twice a month go out to the town square. Sugar Land's a huge popular place where people in the community go get involved, they go shopping, they go dining. I think they have a huge plaza, kind of like City Center does. And maybe they can set up a little tent and still have the same book sale that they have at the council's building, but just outdoors. And if it's a nice sunny day, people will come out and spend, or hey, my child wants to go buy a book for school, let's donate for a good cause. It brings a little bit more attention to the company, to the organization, and help raise money. And people will be like, hey, they're having an event next Saturday. I'm definitely going to go because I love supporting them last weekend. And it will, like we said, we'll follow the book guidelines of selling. The on the organization website said they'll sell $1 hard copy books or 50 cents for paperback, or you can just donate books to the organization. And then we have another event idea.
We believe that adding another large-scale event to the calendar could really help out with the fiscal year, and a great solution would not be a golf tournament. A golf tournament can be a very profitable and great way to raise money and also awareness of the organization. Not only does it have the ability to raise money, but also build relationships with large or small businesses or individuals in the community or in the greater Houston area. We came up with an outline, which is attached to our report, of the way that we believe the sponsorships sign-up sheets should be organized. And we decided to call the golf tournament Swing the Reed to kind of play off the Literacy Council's mission and the golf tournament, and we created this logo to go with it. And in order to get the most money out of the tournament is to set up sponsorship levels. And for example, the one that we did for the highest sponsorship would be $5,000. And the package would include like 2 foursome golf teams. The company or individual would get recognition on the tournament brochure, tournament banners, t-shirts, any kind of press that's released out to the community, or even signs along the course. Not only are the sponsors being able to come out and participate and play, they're also feeling good about giving back to the organization, and they're also getting recognition for what they're doing. The levels would dwindle down, for example, like two foursome team to 1 to an individual level. Another way to get people involved if they're not able to come out and participate in the tournament is doing whole sponsorships, where an individual or an organization could sponsor money and they get a sign that are being placed along the course showing that they gave to the organization. Because the levels can be costly, this could give the organization a way to come in contact with large companies in the Houston area like ExxonMobil, Chevron, BP, Cisco, these large companies that have the resources and are able to give large amounts of money. Not only raising money, the organization will gain the relationships made with new or existing donors. No matter how large or small the donor, company, individual is, our main goal is to build a relationship with them and hopefully carry on to the future and lead to our ultimate goal is more funding into the organization. And here's Richard and Ray to talk about grants and donors.
So throughout the year, we'll be having small dinners throughout the year, showing support or showing our gratitude to the donors that have been helping us throughout the year. And with that, we'll hopefully it shows them that we appreciate them very much, and hopefully they open up their checkbooks and whatnot, and we can sweeten them up to help out more with donations. And even with that, we'll have the people that are involved with the Literacy Council. They're the ones that are getting help from them, be there to speak, give a couple of speeches, have some conversations one-on-one with some of the donors, really let the donors know that what they're doing is helping out the community a lot. And with the donors talking one-on-one and really getting to know somebody that's getting their help, it really will put a smile on their face, and it would help us out, because the more money we get will better the community and better our organization. And with our organization succeeding, we'll be able to qualify for better grants throughout the throughout the year, and hopefully those grants will be able to better our resources around and get more people involved that aren't involved, and help maybe cut prices or whatnot to give more resources out to people that need it.
And for the annual campaign, we'll host a big raffle of donated items at one of the dinners. The raffle items can include iPads, tickets to Reading Between the Lines, and gift cards. This will entice the donors and bring future funds into the Literacy Council. For the nonprofit grants, common requirements for the attainable grants include you must have good standing with your community programs, and the eligible applicants must be a 501c3 organization, such as the Literacy Council.
And also a grant I found is the USCIS. It provides immigrants with a citizenship preparedness. It helps them get ready to, helps them try to become a citizen here in the United States. And with our organization, we could intertwine the organizations and help get people that are involved in our program, help them with their reading and whatnot, and get them ready to try to become a citizen, and then citizen. And then also, this program is big in a lot of metro areas around the United States, and surprisingly, I don't think Houston has a branch here, and they're big in Detroit, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, but here in Houston, the immigrant numbers are very high, and hopefully with our success level that we've been having and the money that we'll be raising, showing progress, hopefully this will be a good way to show the organization that we deserve a grant to get more money to help the customer program.
For the Coca-Cola Foundation education grants, they accept grant requests all year round. You can only apply for the grants online through the Coca-Cola Foundation website, and their main purpose is to make a difference in the communities. These are the type of organizations they seek to help, and there's also an office in Sugar Land, so they're locally involved.
And I will conclude. We have the pleasure of researching new ideas for the Literacy Council's funding department. We strongly believe that the mission of this organization positively changes the lives of so many adults through improved literacy. The Literacy Council of Fort Bend County has been successful thus far in accomplishing their mission, and we believe they have many more years of success. We believe that by implementing our suggestions, such as focusing on their social media outlets, keeping up with current events, adding new fundraising ideas, and continuing to search for the best grants that suit the organization, the Literacy Council will see an increase in their funding through more individual donors and grants. We wish them a successful funded future.